Hey everybody, welcome back to the best U.S. Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is the 23rd of December, 2024. And in this video, we're going to be asking the question, if you could start all over, what would you do differently? We're talking coins. Now, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get to a bazillion subs. It's a mighty big number. Not sure exactly what the number is, but it's got to be ginormous. Also, guess what? We're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. Now, over here to moneymetals.com. Looks like gold's up 610 to 2641.80, silver up 19 cents to 29.94, platinum up 875 to 951.15, palladium, look at that, almost got parity there, up 45 cents to 957.75, Dr. Copper's up 2 pennies to 412. You're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle whose premium is $6.99 for a quantity of 1 through 39. You'll pay $36.94. And look at that, they'll buy them back for $30.95 each. That's silver spot right there. Now over here to this really awesome article from Numismatic News by the Numismatic News staff, dated December 19th. That was 4 short days ago now. Title of the article is Poll. If you had, right, not if you wanted to, but if you had to start your collection over, what would you do differently, right? So there you go. That's the big question. And this is from the December 13th, 2024 Numismatic News e-newsletter readers poll. And the results were varied, but centered on the theme that hindsight is 2020. And I'm sure that a lot of you probably feel the same way. In fact, I'd like to see a comment in the comment section below, right? Where else are you going to do that at? What have you learned, and what would you do differently if you had to start your collection over? What would you do differently? Let me know. All right, there we go. Look at that. We have some interesting coins from the United States right there. Interesting, right? So do you collect any of those or not so much? All right, here we go. First one right off the bat, be much younger. Now, what do you think the advantage of being younger is, right? So you can collect much longer in life, right? So that's one advantage. Also, you can learn a lot more when you're younger, right? I think the retention skills when you're younger are a little bit better than when you're my age, all right? So let's keep on keeping on. There are a lot of things I would do differently. Yikes, that says a lot, doesn't it? First off, I would focus on fewer coins, but better quality. I love that. I would learn how to grade from the beginning. I love that. Wow. Hoping to avoid some of the previous mistakes I made. Well, let's see. Education never comes cheap. And if you don't get that education, you can't learn, right? So I think it's all part of the picture. It says here, hoping to avoid some of the previous mistakes I've made. And mistakes actually make us who we are, right? I'd focus more on early coinage from 1793 to 1820, as these have gotten quite expensive in decent grades. Back in the early 1980s, things that were popular, like commemoratives, were ridiculously overpriced when they can be bought for a fraction of what they cost today. And that's pretty much the coin collecting community, folks. What's really inexpensive and nobody wants today, a decade or two later could, well, everybody wants it. And that's why I think people who are smart would actually buy up things when they're not very popular, and then once they become popular again, they could become the distributor, right? So that's kind of amazing. A good example of this is pre-pandemic, the Mexican Libertads, right? Those were, nobody wanted those. And then during the pandemic, after the pandemic, everybody wanted the Libertad. That's right. Isn't that interesting? So they come in and out of favor, right? So I think this person here is always commenting, and I appreciate that. Fortunately, I avoided buying that series, but hindsight is 2020. Yeah, they were not buying those commemoratives. All right, I would buy coins of the very best grade I could afford instead of going for more lesser grade coins. Oh my goodness. Jim, thank you for that. And I think this is one of the things that I would probably say, because personally, I like the modern clad coinage, and the only way that is worth anything in the future is if it's a top pop, right? The best grade possible, right? Or it has a fantastical error. And yeah, that's it. Other than that, I was like, oh, I just want my foot in the door. I don't care what grade I get. Bad move on my part right there. Not so good. That was Jim. All right, this is a really tough question. Absolutely, because it makes you do some soul searching. And I think all of us need to do that come the new year and find out what it is we wanted our collection to focus on, right? My earliest memory of collecting coins when I was 5. Wow, that's awesome. Mine's when I was 7 years old. I had a penny Lincoln cent folder. I think it was by Treat. Do you remember Treat? They did stamps and coins. Anyway, let's keep on keeping on. With my dad and uncle, I would have not changed a thing about my collecting then as a child, but I sure wish I had kept more coins from it. Amen to that. The only thing I would do differently with my collection now would be to buy all the key dates or most expensive coins in the series first. Ding, 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 ding. There's a common theme happening here, folks. These coins go up and cost quicker, and most of what I could semi-afford then remains kind of affordable now, right? So isn't that interesting? Now, here we go. I am in awe over this question. I simply love collecting and have been, unfortunately, a little late in the game. So for me, I would have begun way earlier, maybe 20 years before, not. And that is at least. Okay, Ms. Candy Mac, thank you very much. With hindsight being 2020, I wish I'd stocked up on double eagles in the 1990s when gold was $400 an ounce. Yeah, that would be probably really smart right about now. Hindsight, right? All right, since I started as a preteen, before they were a teenager, right, I would have kept even the dirty, messy coins I found, in addition to the ones where I didn't recognize who the person was on the coin, name and address withheld. I would specialize far more and not have a general collection. That's Mr. Nigel said that, and he would narrow his scope to have a more focused collection. I think, yeah, I think I need to do that as well, because I do love everything the Mint comes, well, most everything the United States Mint comes out with. Like those American Innovation dollars, I'm hooked. I got to have those each and every single year, regardless of the price hike. But yeah, maybe I should start focusing on other things, right? So there we go. Like, I am in awe of this question. This is fantastical. No, 20th century proof type. Oh, here we go. This is Horst. A 20th century proof type set, including series that extended to the 1900s. No gold coins. Interesting. Now, here we go. I would have bought Mint State 70 first day of issue instead of early release. Now, it doesn't tell you why, but I bet you could figure it out. I started purchasing Mint State 69 Eagles. I would also have bought my collection through another company that offers so much more and graded coins. All right, there you go. That's Mr. T. See, Mr. T. If I could go back in time to my childhood, I would try to collect only the finest mint state examples of the rare states and mints of U.S. coins in circulation. Amen to that. I think there's a common theme here happening, folks. And maybe we can take, well, I guess a note from it or take a cue from it, right? As I could not even then afford to buy the coins advertised and sold in coin stores. Woolworths, remember that place, had displays of circulated coins that sparked my interest, but which had little long-term chances as of had any great an appreciation in value as Mint State ones did. They simply were more affordable. But if money were of no consequence, I would have concentrated on Mint State U.S. early date gold coins of low mintage. Why can't you now, right? That because it takes drastic action, right, to focus that hard. Just ask Dave Ramsey, right? All right, great stuff over there, Dave Ramsey, if you haven't heard of it. Oh, if I could start over my coin collecting, I would do as I was told and buy the key dates first. I was told but didn't listen. Second, I would not buy coins lower than very fine. I understand that I would not get coins as often as I would like, but I would have been happier in the long run. But I believe that I am a run-of-the-mill collector and had to go through the amass part of being a new collector and had to make that mistake. Yeah, I mean, that's just the way it goes, right? We do make mistakes, and that's how we learn. At least that's what I think. Utilize third-party grading earlier because I still have difficulty ascertaining altered clean surfaces. You're not the only one. I think a lot of us do, and even coin dealers do as well. So in addition, I mean, they might have an idea that it might be clean, but they don't know for sure. So in addition, I would have taken a course focused on those aspects of grading, and that leaves me to my next suggestion, money.org. If you haven't gone to money.org yet, folks, and taken some of those classes or become a member, and I do think they have a membership drive that's really inexpensive during Coin Week or National Coin Week. So that's pretty outstanding there. But they are all about education, and that's really something that we should all focus on in this hobby. Now, it says here, nothing. Oh, okay. That's from Greg. It's easy to second guess, especially when reading about others' collections, but I've taken more time to look at and appreciate everything I've collected. It's easy to forget what one actually has, so look back, enjoy, and share with grandkids, nieces, and nephews. Okay, yeah, okay. What would you do different? Nothing. All right, I should just moved on right after nothing, right? If I had to do it again, I would concentrate on flowing hair cents instead of the Morgan silver dollars. What? Yeah, there you go. That's the answer right there at the bottom of the page. So there it is, folks. Now for me, I think what I would probably want to do here this upcoming week, and into the new year, I would probably look over this particular price guide over here at PCGS. You collect, we protect. And just look at some of the coins they have here. There's type coins, gold coins. Look at those, Benjamin. Anyway, half cents and cents, 2 and 3 cents nickels, bullion coins. And then, you could go, okay, well, mint cents. I do like to collect mint cents. Okay, so there's 1947 to date. And then they have the prices on there, whether they're, auction prices, population, and so on and so forth. This probably wasn't the best example, but isn't it interesting that the 2020 United States Mint cent is worth $55? Can you believe it? And look at the other ones, 28, 36, 34, 38, 50 in 2012. And if anybody has collected the uncirculated cents from 2012, you know that it's quite incredible that the 2020 is more expensive than the 2012, or maybe even the 2007, right? Look at that. Yep, $28. It's incredible. And let me just go back. I got to show you a better example. I just owned myself. That was a wah. All right, let's just do the American quarters here from 1932 to 1998. All right, let's say you're into Washington quarters, right? So look at this. You'll see here that these are the lower grades, right? Those are the designation 4, 12, 40, 60. We're getting into mid-state action. 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. All right, and we could look at the population, and that's probably a good thing too. And there's coin facts and photo grades. But yeah, as you can see, a grade of, here we go, it was $600, and that would be a 1934 heavy motto, all right, mint state, and that's a Philadelphia strike, was 600, now it's 650. So, I mean, you really could get an idea of what's going on more clearly when you look at the PCGS price guides and to kind of focus where you're at. Or what you can do is get that red book, a guidebook to United States coins. I think they're having the 80th maybe coming out soon. That's a good resource too. So really the bottom line is you want to, you know what, they're money.org. Let me see if I can do this. And the winner is, yeah, that's money.org. Membership, donate now, contact us, explore A&A, events, Money Museum, publications, and education, folks. That's what it's all about. And that's what this is really awesome. They really are fantastic. And I think I'm going to leave it at that because it's up to you of what you really want to do. Now I'm going to keep on keeping and go over to the +1 action. Bam! This is Proverb 12 and 25. When there's worry in a man's heart, he should suppress it. Let a good thing convert it to gladness. Yeah, if you're all bummed out and thinking about stress stuff, let it go. Think about maybe a vacation that you'd like to take. Maybe think about winning the lottery, what you'd like to take. Think of some loved ones. Hang out with people who love you and you love, right? So there's lots of roads to take. Now, I think what this means is a person who trusts in the Lord should not worry about things that are not in his power to change. Rather, they should dwell on good things that will make them feel good and happy. Because remember this also, folks. If you got a problem and you can take care of it, well, how is that a problem, right? Problem solved. And if you have a problem and you can't do anything about it, well, gosh, why worry? Because it's out of your hands. Now let's go over here to 39's Fine, 99.9 KOIN Coin is Radio. This is Men at Work off the Cargo album. The song is called Overkill, and it's about worry. And yeah, he was so worried he made a song about it. That's how much worry can affect you. Now, with that said, I want to thank you all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, sub the channel. It's absolutely free. Also, you just might want to become a member. It's $1.99 a month. That's the price of a cheap cup of coffee. Stacker out.